Hi guys, it's Chloe from Sellozo here to talk to you about how to use Instagram as an Amazon seller. So Instagram has 500 million daily users with over 1 billion people using it every month. It's estimated that 60% of those users find new products on Amazon, which means that over 600 million people are discovering new products. Another fun statistic is that 75% of users reporting to discovering a product and then visiting that brand's website or Facebook page to find out more information. So in order to be successful on Amazon, you really need to engage with your followers. And this goes further than just posting the occasional photo on Instagram. You can use Instagram stories to post polls. Maybe if you have a product with multiple colors, you could post a picture of both and ask your audience which one they like better. That's a fun way to go about it. You can also respond to people on Instagram. You want to make sure that your brand definitely has a personal touch to it and people feel like they're communicating with it. You can also use Instagram stories to have your audience ask you questions. Maybe it's about the product itself, or it could even be about the brand or the company or the person behind the brand. People always love to really hear the backstory behind brands. You can also host giveaways. Or host contests. Those are two other fun things that brands have found really effective in both growing their following and just gaining a ton of product awareness. So all that in mind, the most important part of your Instagram is your Instagram bio. This is really the only place where you have the opportunity to link to your storefront or to your website, even your Facebook page, wherever you want to drive people. You want that link in the bio because people are going to come to your bio after discovering your product or brand on Instagram and expect to find some information there. So you also want to make sure that your whole Instagram aesthetic is really on point. People are used to seeing really good looking photos on Instagram. Now that being said, there's definitely a trend toward photos on Instagram that are a little more real lifey. It used to be all avocado toast and colorful photo walls, things like that. People are getting more comfortable with photos that are real, but you still want to have a general aesthetic to your profile where people, when they visit that profile, they can take a look, things look pretty, they look nice, they look cohesive is really the big thing. So in order to really establish that cohesive look, you can use a few different tools. So there's Preview, Plan, Unum, and Planoly. Those are 4 really awesome tools. We'll link to those below, but those are also just going to really make sure everything looks cohesive on your profile. Planning out those posts can make a world of difference for making everything look good. So for some examples of what we're talking about, of feeds that look really good, here they are. So a lot of people will recommend just really overdoing it with the hashtags in order to get discovered on Instagram. While hashtags can be a really great tool for having people discover your product, it also can be a tool that spammers use. So if you notice that you're going after a hashtag, maybe it's something like beauty and something so general that you get all these people who are essentially using robots to go through and comment on any photo that has the hashtag beauty. You'll see things like, hey, great post, give me a follow, kind of spammy generic comments like that. If you start to see a lot of those, it probably means that your hashtags are way too broad. It's actually going to be easier for people to discover you if your hashtags are a little bit more specific to what you're selling or what your product is. So for example, maybe instead of just beauty, you tag clean beauty, or men's beauty, or whatever is more specific to your product. So as an Amazon seller, you are hopefully familiar with analytics. Instagram does offer some really good analytics just right within their platform. You can use alternative tools, but if you are not wanting to invest in something or have yet another platform to look at, you can just go to Instagram, view their insights and analytics. They'll tell you things like the best time of day to post, the breakdown of your audience, if you're reaching more men versus women, age range, things like that. So another cool thing you can do on Instagram is leverage influencers. We've all seen Instagram influencers. Some of us even have Instagram influencer fatigue, but they really are powerful. And the cool thing about influencers is they also usually have a very specific following. And so if you do have a very targeted product, say it's for middle-aged moms, you can usually find an influencer who actually influences that specific set of people and then do a paid promotion with them. Now, keep in mind, these influencers can range from really, really, really expensive to not so expensive if they're more of like a micro influencer, somebody who has a little bit less of a following, but if it's the following that you're looking for, it can still be extremely effective. So another quick note about micro-influencers is to not be deceived by the smaller number of followers. Often their followers are actually more engaged. So a way to really measure that is just to look at how many likes they're getting, how many comments they're getting on posts. Usually people feel a little bit more connected to a smaller influencer as opposed to somebody that's getting like a million, billion likes. They don't even bother liking or commenting. So these micro-influencers, though they're small, they're mighty. Running ads on Instagram is also super easy. Instagram is owned by Facebook, and so you can actually run ads on Facebook and Instagram at the same time through Facebook Ads Manager. You can also launch ads right from the Instagram app, which can be a super simple process. But again, if you go to Ads Manager, you can get very nitty-gritty with who you're targeting. You can A/B test stuff, split test. Those types of ads can get more expensive. Whereas on Instagram, you can simply promote a post and say you want to spend $5 a day, whatever it is, to reach your target audience. So if you're looking for some help scheduling posts, there are quite a few good tools out there. You've got Crowdfire, Later, Hootsuite, and Buffer. And we talked a little bit about engaging with influencers. So there are a few good sort of influencer connectors that you can use to get in touch with someone that may be a good fit for you. So those two include Influence Marketing Hub or Influencer Feed. So just want to reiterate that Instagram users are very likely to engage with brands. In fact, they're 10 times more likely to engage with brands. So it's really important that you are on Instagram as an Amazon seller to promote your product. It's super easy to get set up. There's all sorts of good tools that we mentioned earlier in this video. You can also check out our blog post for a little bit more information on how to best use Instagram.